The International Court of Justice has asked Israel to show within a month steps it has taken to prevent genocide in Gaza. Israel and its allies haven't lost a minute to respond. The response is increased bombing in Gaza, and its allies such as the United States and United Kingdom have either suspended or halted aid which was coming the way of the Palestinians. So this is how human rights are upheld by its so-called champions, the West. Welcome to yet another edition of Wiseheads. I am your host, Ashish Shukla. In the hours since the ICJ gave its provisional ruling, it's clear that neither Israel nor its allies, chiefly the United States, would mend their ways. There is no pause in Israel's pounding on Palestinians, nor the United States is giving up on its supply of arms and funds to Tel Aviv. The ICJ provisional ruling on Israel implies that genocide is being done and that any state which are helping Israel in its mission are equally guilty of the crime. Not that it bothers the United States. The United States, in the wake of the ICJ ruling, has maintained that Israel is not committing genocide. It has also repeated that South Africa's case in ICJ is meritless and without any basis. If this is not enough, the United States and its allies have openly mocked the UN and ICJ by ensuring no aid comes their way by food, water, medicine, etc. It so happened that after the ICJ provisional rulings, we learned that Israel has accused a few members of the UNRWA of aiding Hamas in their deadly attack of October 7. Now, UNRWA stands for UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees in the Near East. It's the chief reason why the Palestinians in Gaza get whatever they get by way of medicine, food, water, clothing, fuel, etc. Now, after Israel accused a few employees of the UNRWA of helping Hamas on October 7, the agency immediately suspended 12 of its members for further investigation. But this suspension of employees was an excuse enough for the donors to stop and pause its funding to UNRWA. Only after investigations these employees could have been termed guilty. But here the US and allies have gone ahead and pronounced the entire agency guilty. It's like a father is punished for the crime one of his stepsons might have done. Yet this is what the US and its allies have doing. The United States, Australia, Canada and Italy have immediately halted the funding of the agency. The United Kingdom, Germany, Finland, the Netherlands have paused it. The European Union, meanwhile, has said it's reassessing its funding. This, in essence, is the West's response to ICJ's provisional ruling that aid must reach the unfortunate Palestinians. How do you think Palestinians are looking at this entire charade of fair play and human rights? Palestinians were hoping that the ICJ would rule immediate cessation of hostilities on the part of Israel. But the ICJ has done nothing of this kind. Their excuse is that since Hamas is not a state and ICJ consists only of states, it can't order cessation of hostility on one party alone. So while Israel takes its sweet time, at least for a month, the Palestinians could suffer incessant bombing and horrific atrocity which already has been on for nearly 4 months and has consumed more than 26,000 Palestinian lives, mostly women and children. Yes, there are people who are seeing virtues in the ICJ's provisional ruling. That the ICJ considers a genocide is unfolding in Gaza is a victory in itself in the eyes of such people. That it establishes Israel is not displacing Hamas as much as it is displacing the entire people and an entire nation. That it establishes Israel is not just an apartheid state, it is also not the poster boy of Western democracy and its flaunted pretense on human rights. But the truth is the ICJ, due to its precedents, was bound to give this ruling on the genocide issue. It had made similar rulings on Myanmar, Serbia, Syria, and Ukraine in the past, and there was no way it could have done anything different in this provisional ruling on Gaza. It's the Western response to such rulings which is so tragic and hypocritical. While the West in the past had claimed that all rulings of the ICG must be followed in toto and it is binding, in the present strictures against the Israel, the West is treating the provisional ruling with disdain and contempt. So what must be followed by Russia in the case of Ukraine must not be followed by Israel in Gaza. That is the reality of those who claim to uphold international law, who champion democracy, and who swear by human rights. That's all in today's edition of Wiseheads. This is your host Ashish Shukla, who now takes your leave. Let's keep hoping some miracle would happen and tens of thousands of Palestinians would be saved after all. Till we meet again, it's goodbye and good luck.